Something is weird. Something is weird. But hi, welcome on in. I hope you're good. All that. I don't even know if we have sound, as always. As every time I start, I am like lost. So, you tell me. I feel like we don't have music at that time. Why? So bad. This is so bad. I don't understand it. Anyways. It feels okay. I mean, it feels okay. It looks okay. It looks like something is happening, but I don't trust, and my computer is just freaking out. I don't understand how this shit is happening. Like Bluetooth is not good. I hate Mac. I hate Mac streaming. I will continue to say that it is the utmost trash streaming stuff. I mean, I would say MacBook Pro streaming is the trashiest thing. Maybe Mac Studio would be fine, but I don't know. At this point, I do not know. Let's move to here, and let's move this here. Damn, this is Maddie. Hi, welcome on in. How are you? How was your stream yesterday? 2 days ago? At this point, I don't know. Good. The only thing that I saw from the stream is the thumbnail on Panther Discord channels. That's it. Haven't seen much more. Denny, hi. It is Wednesday for me. Yes, it's still a Tuesday night for you. I'm sorry. It's that's true. I also forgot about that, Denny. That is a good point. That is a good point. Alright, so before we change scene, as always, this is the November overlay. I'm air coding so much, right? But I am, as I said in the beginning, I hate Mac streaming so much. I can't do shit that I want to do in OBS Mac anyways, so here is the thing. So the new theme is inspired by a very specific thing that I'm drinking in Japan, which is peach flavored drinks. So you can see this color pink milk type thingy. That's the inspiration. The main thing that I find interesting for me is today I decided to have radiuses on the entirety of the stream. So if you are on a mobile or something, the stream itself has radius on its four corners, which I think is cute. And then the camera right here came back with the full circle. So that's a thing. That's the thing. I like it. I think it's a good idea. It feels weird, but it's also good. I just, Kat, hi, welcome on in. How are you? I just don't know how it feels on this theme. I mean, I know how it feels on this theme, right? It's way less visible to get the radius feel on the outside, but also I like the fact that this dark theme now makes the camera pop more in terms of visibility. I think that's better. However, I still do prefer the light theme as always, because milk, all that. So that's the first starting soon scene. The regular just chatting, it's the same as usual. I changed a teeny tiny bit of camera placement because I reorganized my desk a tad, but it's the same thing. The main change is because the camera has changed place. The backlit color scheme bulb light is just behind my head, making the entire thing, just highlighting my head. I don't know, it's just a weird thing. I'm also extremely yellow at the moment because I don't have the curtain opens. Otherwise I have full black, like, these things. Lighting will look better in a second. Lighting looks okay, but not the best still. And yeah. I'm doing okay. I'm doing tired. That's what I'm doing. The thing that I can't do is, for example, I limit myself now for the alerts to stream elements and stream elements. I cannot build a new alert box from scratch with Atom. I could, but my brain cannot compute yet. So that's why I'm saying there are things that I can't do, specifically alert boxes and events action. I still have the raid, but it has things to do with Mac because I can't use StreamerBot. If I can't use StreamerBot, I can't do the alert boxes in Mac. That's why. Yeah, so it's StreamerBot and OBS, but it's also OBS on itself. Also, as you can see how the camera is glitchy and choppy and all that. That's a Mac thing. Like, I can't. My entire computer is freaking out on its ability to do the thing that it's supposed to do. With all the shit that is open at the same time, even though that fucking Mac is the top of the line of the MacBook Pro, it is still dying. So it is, it's a Mac problem, not an OBS problem, but it's also, it's an M1 Max with 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, like it's one of the best thing that we have, but just the sheer amount of plugged thing, as in the camera, the mic, the lights, all the software that run in the background, these things. Aiden, hi, welcome on in. All these things are making I mean, your your eGPU is only working because it's an Intel base Mac that you have. But right now, I mean, you can't see, but my cursor is a slideshow. It doesn't go through smoothly. And yeah, it's fucking annoying. Anyways, so this is just chatting scene. I did my best to get the corners on both sides to be align with the outer corners of the overlay. I think I did an okay job. Not my best job, but still. Aiden, don't do that because I will go back to light mode anyways. I'm showcasing the theme, you know that. But thank you for the light mode. And so that's a thing. It's also way less visible to get the corners on dark mode. So that's just chatting. In the Mac section, we are extremely tiny. I wanted to have. So first of all, we went back to 1920 by 1080 rather than 2:1 aspect ratio for this month. Right, going back and forth every time. So here, I need to speak with my hands here. I cannot go further away from my face than there, so every time I will have to do something and explain and speaking with my hand, I will be here. It will be very fun. So I cannot show something on the side. It's not a thing, and that can happen. I'm always here. So right, this will be fun. But because of the Mac screen being a weird ass ratio, I get this this very tiny strip of me, which I feel like is an okay thing. The change that I did was on the bar that is right here, the separation thing. It is smaller than the bar that we have at the top, because otherwise I will have not enough of myself. That's a detail. That is a detail. But same thing, right? We still have, as always, the color change, which I'm thinking about the follow count color theme change. I don't know. It feels like an okay idea, but could happen. I don't know. I do not know. And then we have the BRB scene, which is right similar to the previous one. It's just we are rounded now, and this one is in dark mode. So the full count is what is the most visible thing here, with the camera, of course. And then we have the ending, which going from BRB to ending is a bit weird, but ending is way too far away, which I think is fun. I kept it with the offsetted camera compared to the starting soon, right here, which is inside, and then we go to the BRB, which is in the middle, and then we go to ending. That is already away from stream, so I think that's interesting. The transition on the in-between, I cannot group the circle plus text. No, can't happen. They need to arrive from the side. The reason why they are going to the top sections of the stream is because they are centered to the camera block, the image, I mean, and because we have the chat at the bottom, it needs to go to the top. The pink is cool. I really like this pink in light mode. But I feel like, and I hate it, I feel like the last 3 months, the last 3 months of stream overlay have been extremely lazy in my views. I didn't create some extravagant things or have a new like very different theme that changed everything in the stream. So I don't know, Genie, hi, welcome on in. So I feel like, no, I know, I know. I feel like the circular one with the logo that was basically here, right behind the camera, that was great. But then before that was very simple, and then after it was very simple as well. The first Mac overlay was very simple as well. This one is very simple as well. I need more plants, yes, I agree. However, I wanted to have more stuff on this wall specifically and on this wall, but then my partner said, you're staying here for 2 months. Don't buy more stuff that we will need to either throw away or store somewhere, and then they will die. So maybe fake plants can be a thing. But it needs, Sassy, hi, welcome on in. It needs stuff. That's what I will say. It needs stuff. I think even though simple, right? They have a good ride home, Sassy. Drink! Yes, I was about to, thank you. So, the trackpad has been acquired. The trackpad is here now. I can navigate. By the way, I need to tell you something about the trackpad because it is see you soon, Tessie. The newest trackpad. I was looking at the black one and the space gray one because my Mac is space gray and everything. And then the Apple employee said, if you take the white one, it is 2,000 yen cheaper, which is basically 20 euros cheaper. You know what? The rest of my aesthetic right now is white. Like my keyboard is white, my mouse is white, Stream Deck is white. Why not take the trackpad as white? So cheaper, first thing. Secondly, they give you this. I hope the camera can focus on this. They give you this, which is a USB-C to lightning cable. But this one is braided. They have the new type of cable in the box, braided cable, rather than the cheap, like plasticky, rubbery thing that they used to have. So they gave me this, which is the exact same braiding than the MagSafe on the Mac itself, which is pretty cool, and it's better. So it replaced all of my cables already, and it was cheaper. I don't understand. It's yeah, really interesting. But then you know, I have these battery packs. We talked about it before, that just fold and say you have like a stand, you can have your phone somewhere. I decided to go with a matching case because, I mean, I'm a designer and having a matching block just makes sense to me. Ah, dumb fuck that I am. Also, it looks cool. Anyways. Eh. So yeah, that's the that's basically the news on the Apple thing, which is cool. Everything is cleaner. But going back to the stream overlay that I'm kind of talking about, the corner radius I think is the best option or best idea that I had. I don't know how. If you're on mobile, I kind of want to know how it looks for you and how things are, because, right? I haven't seen your implementation yet. Yeah, it looks interesting. It looks a bit pixely on mobile. That's interesting. That's... Weirdly enough, it feels like the radius on the top are smaller than the radius at the bottom. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the radius on the chat being bigger than the radius on the camera? I don't know. This is a wallpaper. So no, it's not wood. It's not wood. You may... Can you see that? No, you can't. There's like a seam right here. I don't know, can I zoom in? I don't think if I zoom in, I think you would just have... Oh, and this is dead. I need to find a way to fix that. Anyways. I haven't... So, Maddie, no, I haven't seen your final implementation of the timeline. Do you have clips? I'm also, like, very sad about... You can probably see that. You see how my cursor is choppy as fuck? That's what I hate about Mac. Streaming specifically. I don't understand how this can happen. It makes no sense to me. Maybe it's because I don't have a battery. I don't know. I mean inactive. This is bad. 45% battery. And that's smooth now. Okay, good. So yeah, if you have a link, please share a link. I would love to have a link. On the meantime, it's, yeah, I don't know. Have a weird thing. Oh, I need to link a thing to Dr. Dynamite as well for shaders, which microcopy is good. Yes. I mean, it depends. Is the website microcopy, or are you talking about microcopy as a whole? Fuck, my nose is so itchy. Oh, not enough cocaine in Japan. Maybe, I don't know. If you have a link, please share a link. You heard nothing. Also, you know what? Give me a second. I need to refill the water bottle. And yes, the mic's off. The mic is off indeed. Dumbass me. Oh, yes. Can I show that on stream? Or nah? Kinda wanna showcase the update. Damn it, I have so many DMs. Oh, you know, the URL cannot be seen at that level of stream view, I guess. But this is interesting. This is an interesting. So I like the fact that you have sections, as I said. I think it's a good thing. Neptune, hi. Welcome in. How are you? I like that. I, however, don't know if the arrangement is the good idea, or a good idea. Arrangement being the column thing. 3-column placement seems like an okay option, but also some things feels weird. I mean, that would be way worse. I'm thinking rather than having 3 columns inside of one row, I would have cards, like 3 cards next to each other. So maybe you have a card with customers management which has 7 toggles, and a card with customer tools that just have 4. But that way you have something that is a bit narrower, and you can easily activate or deactivate things, but also it feels weird. It would feel so weird to have like a masonry grid. Yeah. That. I think that's what I said last time, right? The main issue that I have with your permissions is the name of the permissions, because they are extremely dev-oriented or knowing person-oriented, right? The name that you have is like menu _ customer _ management _ tools. Doesn't give me any fucking information as a potential user, right? It just tells me menu customer management tool, but I don't fucking know what that does. By the way, I forgot to press that. So I know that you need, because as you said, there are nodes that you activate and deactivate. So it's not exactly, I mean, they count as permission, but they are not exactly permission, like always. It just, I don't know. That is the truth. I don't know. Yeah, but like, what does it do? Right, you have is able to view menu item. right? So I think, I mean, that's the, going back to what Danny shared earlier with the microcopy website right here, right? All these things. The, like, right, the text that you use is extremely important. And so if you have, like, if you have one that is always the same, which is able to view menu item, why not just have that as your permission, right? Your admin, and the permission is can view admin menu, or can view admin in menu, or can view menu item, and it's linked to the section, rather than telling me menu validation portal management tools, which makes no sense to me. So, right, the page, I'm looking at things like the page network addresses, probably is an access thing. Have a good sleep, Aiden. Right? Probably an access thing, and so is a can access type of values. As I said last time, right, are these permissions that will need to have or need to be paired, as in if you don't have the network access, maybe you don't see the menu item, in which case, because they are bound together, not exactly on the menu here, but because they are bound together in a way, then we could have just one toggle. So I don't know. It's I like the idea. Let me just, before I click on Maddie link, holy shit, that mouse is killing me. I hate it. My bad. I hate when that happens. I don't understand why that happens, but it happens. Also, I think it's just on my side, which is fun. 3S, yes, the latest one. I had the same issues with the previous one. You can see how slideshow I am right now. Like, that makes no fucking sense to me. I don't understand how I can turn into a slideshow so fast. It's not good. It's not good. And that's on Mac streaming. That's not... I mean, that's on streaming at the same time as doing shit. So... Oh, this is... Sorry, that's... Right. See how it's flashing next to my face right now and I'm moving things at the same time? That makes no sense. That's a computer issue. Oh, it will fuck some people at some point. It's just... So the shit that I wanted to do is... that. Let's do a pure black shit right here. I'm thinking you are in 16 on that one. Oh, you're on 14. Interesting. Similar value. You have a capital T, and then you have 2 buttons. right? You have two buttons next to it. Which I think both of them, I mean, not both of them, none of them have icons, from what I've seen. Let's put that at 8 in between the two. Let's put that one at 16. And has a bit more space. And both of these, no icon. The jittery mouse is just killing me. So that would be my header content. And basically it's an 8/16 type. I could do an 8/8 details, trying to do stuff. So you have a bit of a light gray as your background, and then under this you have checkbox. I'm using checkbox, but it's not a good idea. I think it's toggle. I forgot how I called the thing. Nope. I think. Let's use a checkbox, right? Let's use a checkbox for now, because I cannot be bothered finding another one that would match right now. All right, so we have this and this. Damn, I felt it. I would have something like this, potentially the white fill, and let's use this. Let's clip, and let's make that 8. Yeah. I think that's the ID that I have in mind. I don't know if it's a good ID. At that point, it looks like an okay thing, but so it would potentially create something like this. That's the idea I have. You would have the ability to do something like this, where you have multiple columns, and so some of them might have just one, some of them might have more. I don't know. Thank you, Maddie, for the ads checker. It's just 30 seconds, so that's fine. Right, so something like this could I don't think it would be a second row. I think it would be like as you said earlier, I think it would be a masonry type of block. So you have something like this, basically. It may be a bit weird. though it may be a tad weird. I like. That's what I'm. That was my thinking. It will be potentially weird to get columns and cards if the content isn't changed. If we change the content, right? If you define the permissions and if you create like a master rather than select all and deselect all, if you create like a master switch at the top, so changing the button CTAs here for something like, do I have toggles right here? Something like this as its base. Right? And then you can say, I have my section here, and then I have my toggle, meaning that these three things are activated. They won't have the background color thingy, but holy shit. That's weird, right? But if you have like a master switch that just activate all the permissions based on that specific thing, then I think that could help, right? You have all the customer tools that are activated, so it's basically the same thing as select all, but you don't have the granularity of going in and unchecking things. By the way, if you have checkboxes, that will make sense. I'm rethinking the page, sorry. Your phone goes to black and white? That's interesting. I like the idea. Yeah, right now, what just crossed my brain was the toggle at the top of the header could be is that thing available in the menu? If yes, then we have permission, because you can't have, like, you probably can't have permissions on that specific thing if you can't see that in the menu, right? I mean, otherwise it feels weird. It goes to black and white, that's interesting. I have never seen that. I mean, I have seen that on a phone, but not as a nighttime thing. Interesting. That's neat. That's neat. So I'm in a film noir mode. Good. Yeah. So. And yes, Denny, of course, you can send a screenshot. Yeah, that's the thing that I have in mind, right? Like, you have to get, like, I wouldn't say to customer management, you can terminate an internal review, but you cannot access the page in which you can terminate an internal review, right? So the is able to view the menu item needs to be checked in order to be able to check whichever of the underneath options. So right? Feels weird. Feels weird. Let's see. Am I? Let me open the blinds. A bit more light. A bit more light. Fields, hi, welcome on in. More natural colors. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, it's it for me. It's mostly on the what depends on what, and so the amount of things that you have kind of implies a master switch at the top saying, well, do I have access to customer tools, or do I want this person or this role to have access to customer tools? And so if I check the thing, then it potentially expands and it tells me, well, in customer tools we have all of these sub-level things, and you can check the thing that you want. Or you have the same thing that I had before, which is just unchecked thing right here, and then if at some point you get someone that says, well, this thing is activated, and so you don't have the background and or the outline, bro, thank you. If one of these things is checked, then automatically, because you cannot have access to a thing without having access to the thing, right? That's what I said. Automatically, it just activate that thing, right? That feels like an option. And then if you make them cards, as I just did, then the toggle on the far right is okay. If you make them rows, then you need to swap the toggle and the title. Like, it basically needs to be like this to make sense. Good, Denny, I will take a look. But overall good changes. I think, even though there are some things that I don't fully understand because I'm not exactly the target audience for that product right here, I think it's better than the left and right list of permission that you had before. It's a bit more organized and easier to read for someone who doesn't know how things are. Just more details and more definitions on the permission themselves is what I would go for, but you know, we never know. Maddie, I was thinking about clicking on your links in a second. Where the fuck is my... Oh, that's where they are. Is this... So, you sent this, and nope, you didn't say anything else. I mean, you did say a lot of things, but yeah. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense for you as a dev to have the most concise and defined element, but as you just said, you're not making it for you, so that's, yeah. I mean, if it was just you, nice. Nice. I like the hash line on the side, right? That makes sense. I like the bubbles. I think that's a drop thing, right? That's based on drop. If my memory is good, I forgot. It's fine. But it's cute to have the number on the dot that just goes up. I think that's nice. And overall, so I feel like you have issues with your placements. That's the main thing that I would say here, right? It's like this section and this section. I will do an unflattering screenshot. I'm sorry. No, it left the premises. The fuck you are. Sorry. I might have. I hate this fucking mouse. I have you with a booger. I have a booger. So, thank you, Phil. My main issue here is the amount of space that you have on that section right there. That seems too big and uneven. So I personally would have the same amount of space that you have here, right? You get your space that is 14. I would have 14 on that side as well. So just like moving it a bit to a place where it sits like something that makes sense and is aligned, I think. I think would help with that layout. And then on the other side, the thing that I don't know is how big are your bubbles? Because if the bubbles are staying at this sizes, then maybe push the timeline a bit on the left side. Not necessarily like need to happen, but right. So if you have a 250 by 250 block, then yeah, I get it. You need some space. But then that's the thing, right? That's what I'm saying. If you have like if you know that your 250 by 250 block is your biggest thing, just put the same amount of space from that thing a tad on the other side. But yeah, 250 is huge. I don't think like my ratio is good, but right. Almost good. Almost good. So if I take this and then I say scale, and I want this to be 1920. Are you in 1920? Or are you in shit? may have an issue with my thing. Yeah, I'm trying to get like the value to be as close as I can to get like a 250 by 250, but damn boy, 250 is 250 is big. That is. It might be too big, but yeah, so if 250 is your max, it's huge. It is huge. But it's fine. It's a big rate. Okay, so you have no choice, right? That's the if it's a bubble, it will be like this. It's huge. It would be centered to the thing. I think the timeline ID is good. I think the design of it is still early stage design. Like it's an okay thing because you have that timeline stuff and it's visible, but I don't feel like it's good visible. That makes no sense, right? Like, yeah. I think it also has to do with your background. I mean, I think it has to do, my views is skewed on, it has to do with this specific scene. I feel like the background, because it's animated, right? Right? You're using particle.js type thing. That's true. Which is here? No. That's an interesting, here. Interesting. Shit. Trying to pose you when you're not blinking. So, yeah, no, it's too big. Can I push on that thing again? Why now? Why now? I don't know why that's why. Oh shit. Is it? No, it's not. Anyways, yes. Okay. I want to say something that I said when we had a chat on Discord last month. Again. But if you think about it, if you look for templates of timelines, there is one common theme that I talked about, which is timeline are usually horizontal, and I feel like to get the point across, getting it horizontally placed at the bottom of the stream, I am, as I said every time, right, extremely biased because I do love the bottom, like lower third interaction thing. I feel like it would be a better place rather than on the side. That's the first thing. Second thing being the you could refine the design of the timeline itself, the line, to be a bit slimmer and subtle while still be visible. So it really depends on the amount of events that you want to have go through, right? We talked about that before, of how many events do you think there will be in a stream. Do we have like follows, bits, share, chat messages, all that? I think the animation don't need, I mean, can I, let me reload that timestamp thing. So I will do my best to pose on bits like now. This. Okay, I think the subtle part is the bits, one from Rugmat. I think that's where you can make the animation subtle as well. The scrolling through, right, the little one that just goes up is fine, but the text itself being where it's placed right now, which is on top of your face, you have so much space above your camera where you could have the text goes here. But also, as I think we talked about that in the thinking phase. But if I have this, and this is probably somewhere around 20, somewhere around black, right, somewhere around, everything is fucking disgusting. Right, and so bits, oh, right, if you get this and then you get your fill, and your fill is your subtle purple thingy, and then white shouldn't be white, of course. I'm seeing the chat goes up, but I can't read at the moment, so give me a second. But something like this, shit, could go through the timeline as a band that goes up. So, okay, hi, Ohio, Ohio T2. Is that vertical slot because subs are above it? Yeah, but if you have lines next to each other as like these, then you can have kind of tags that go through. Even here, you don't need the one. Like, you can have one bits from user and then you can have a similar, fuck off, you can have, I don't know, you know what? You could have something like this. If you have a new a new follower. I did join the club, yes. Right, you can have a welcome user for your follower event, and maybe follower event is like an orange thing. I don't know, different stuff, and so it can go through with that section. You could also have, can I do that? I will try an effect, but I think that's not feasible. It's just for me right now, just to check if that's an option. But right, you could even have something like this with like an effect that just highlights the number or highlight the thing as with an icon, potentially, as in bits has just an icon, and then you have the text next to it. Actually, I think that basically would be much better. We are looking at Matty Two Shoes overlay. We had a bit of a reflection on that timeline event where you can see that there is a teeny tiny one that is going through on the timeline, and so right now it feels like a V1 because it is a V1. Yeah, what did you realize? But also it's like, yeah, no, I haven't seen the reel yet. I will take a look at that. You know what? I will click on the link. That's what we will do. That's what we will do. We'll click on the link. If I move the horizontal to each message, yeah, it's like a train car. Yes, that's basically what I said the first. I think some of the first time when we were on your file. Do I have a file for you? I do have a file for you, but where you at? There. Oh yeah, and I deleted everything. Yeah, okay. So I don't have a file for you, per se. I send that shader to Dynamite as well. So I think personally, right now, what just happened in my head is it would be way easier for everyone to get something like this, right? You have an 8.8, 8.16 type of stuff. You get 8 in between your stuff, and then 8 in between your stuff. That makes no sense. You don't need multiple lines of text, and you need that. Yeah, that's So let's say this is a, do I have a coin icon? Right, you have one bit right here, and you have a follower, and so you just get like an icon that, Bahimo, hi, welcome on in. You just get like an icon with the event type, and then you have your text, the event text that then just follows. So you have 1 bit from user, and then welcome add user, and that way, even if you didn't want to have them horizontally on the timeline, you can get rid of that text placement on top of your camera. Sometimes it might need to be like a bigger icon to emphasize on the event importance, as the rate of 100 plus people, as you said. I don't know if that's the way, but it works. So if it's working, I will kill these people. Do I have a multi-user things? Right. Shit. Right, and maybe raids are another fucking color. Let's say green for today, just because I'm lazy as fuck. Right, these type of things. No shit counter, no. I don't, so I do not think I would personally emphasize on the importance of the event. I know that you like to emphasize on the importance of the event, but I do not think it is the best, I mean, it's okay, but let me rephrase that. I do not think the importance of the event needs to be reflected on the timeline. However, an important event during the stream need to be reflected another way. So the best example that I have is the raid, right? When you have a raid, you emphasize on who is raiding. When I think about how my raid thing works, I have the alert from Stream Element, but we also just do this. It moves us in immediately to a different scene, like automatically, and says, oh, we have a raid. So if I was to be speaking about something very important, the raid being such an important stuff for the stream, brings us immediately to that scene. So that breaks the flow, and now I can focus on the person who raided. And I think that's how I display the importance of the event without having to display the importance of the event on the timeline that you have. So if you do like one icon per type of events, and then one color per type of events, you already have most of the things that you need to have, and they can't really overlap, but they could. And I don't think that would be an issue, right? If you had a line of things right? That a lot of people are sending you bits in a fraction of a second interval thing, then if they are just stacked on top of each other, I wouldn't mind, right, to have just bits on the timeline, because that's how the things happen in real time. So I don't know, it's yeah, let me just read chat, because right, I haven't done that. So Bahim, the new YouTube UI, I think it's good. I think it's more friendly. They have put some stuff here and there that I think is a great idea, but they also have changes that will impact how we see things, specifically on the thumbnails of videos. There are some issues in the placement of legacy design, but most of it is good. I do like it. I think it's more friendly, and for a platform that is video oriented, I think a friendly-ish UI is better. Seki, that's normal. Fields do not like rounded stuff, so it makes a lot of sense. I did not, so Maddie, I did not delete your color palettes. I deleted the timeline thing. I got the handle, I got the AOA handle for my main channel. I'm trying to get the AOA VODs for the channel where the VODs are going. Handle are pretty cool. It's a bit sad that I receive an email on one channel saying that I have access to handle, and then when I open it on that channel, it says it's rolling out. I don't know. It feels weird. I mean, Maddie, yes, the peel design would be on an horizontal thing. It will just resize to the text. So, right, that's something that is pretty easy to do, and it's it will probably have more overlaps. That's what I'm thinking. If you don't do like some types of safeguard around your peels, it's might have a bit more overlap, but otherwise same shit, same as the vertical version. Oh, and you also have different speeds. Interesting. And Japan is good. Japan is good. It's to be like a very mundane person, the weather is really interestingly weird. As in, it is currently 15 degrees outside, which is okay, right? It's not that high or that low, it's fine. I can't like it. It's okay with me. But sometimes it's like 21, 22 outside, which is the temperatures when I'm dying when I'm in France. But I need a jacket, because if you are in a street that is not sunny, I am cold as fuck, even though the outside temperatures is like 22. And if I'm in a street that is sunny, I'm sweating like crazy, and so there is no real in between, and so I need a jacket. I need like a top up stuff layer thingy. Anyways, the weather is weird, but other than that, yesterday we went to a yakitori place, which was neat. So, you know, bird meat, all that. I'm not a Brit, no, but yeah, it was pretty cool. There will be pictures probably next week. Right now, I'm like spacing them out. I think tonight we will go have drinks. We're going to like a 12-course restaurant next week, I think. Like it's pretty neat stuff. Most of the, I mean, the thing that is the most interesting to me as a French person is the euro-yen difference, and the fact that basically everything that I buy is by default with a 25% discount compared to its original price, because the yen is like so high right now. Thank you, Phils. But yeah, no, the best thing for me in terms of Japan is the food. Like being able to go to a Family Mart or a 7-Eleven downstairs, buy an onigiri, come back at any fucking time. It's just the best thing. So yeah. And Bahimo, I haven't tried the mobile version yet, so I don't know. You did mention you're jealous, yes. Maddie doesn't, it's not, it wouldn't be automatic resizing, it would be, then it's fine. I'm not there in the chat yet, so don't worry. It would just be like a background behind a div, so you would need some code in Stream Element to be able to have the automatic resizing. That's it. And Siki, don't worry about it for the handle thing. It's just my main channel, the how can I say? The VOD channel where I'm posting everything has not the handle yet. However, the channel that is the oldest has gotten the @AOA handle. So I don't make the rules. I mean, they make the rules. So yeah, I don't fucking know. Oh, and I wouldn't get the sub messages in the pill, Maddie. I think the sub message needs to be a TTS thing. Even though weird, I think the sub message and cat will come back. I think it's a funnier thing that can happen if you have something. I mean, it's the dangerous shit as always, but I really think if you have a sub message or a gift message or a bits message or whatever message you have, it's better to have the event displayed on the timeline and then the message itself be just TTS, or you read it yourself. But I really think it would be better to just have event in the pill and then content related to the event spoken out from a TTS. I don't know, feels better. Feels better to me. So you said your takeaways are move chat bubbles closer to the right side. Yes. Thin timeline. Yes. Maybe horizontal. Yes. Iconography. Yes. And same size for each event with different colors. Yes. That will help you to like organize things. And one way, let me show you that before you go, because I know it's late. One way you can have a thing, shit. This fucking mouse, I will kill that. So one way you can have importance, if you really wanted to, if you achieve this with a div in Stream Element, you could easily add a border or a shadow to the event itself and select, so this one is primary here, let's say I'm at 0, right? You can just do this, you just add a border and it makes the pill bigger even though it's not, it's just the outside, the content stayed the same size and everything, but it would feel bigger in the timeline. So you can go crazy if you wanted to, but right, just adding this right now, it's a border, but you can, as I said, you can also use that with an effect. You can use that will be fucking difficult to get. My color, where the fuck you at? Right there. Is that you? That's not you. Where you at? I got it. Got it. Hi. So you can have this with the 0, 0 thing, but if you make, I mean, code is way easier. You can have your shadows to be spread, and so you do the same effect without having like a border, because border will inevitably push things away and resize your content, and it's fucking annoying. So using a shadow spread could help to get the exact same render, but a different thing. I don't know. All the options works, right? I didn't see that fucking ambient light thing, Phils. I kind of saw it, but didn't saw it as well. It was weird. They told me I was in ambient, most ambient thing, but didn't makes any sense to me. I don't know. Trying to skip on the Italian chat. Good. You mean the gray? Is that... Are you talking about that? That gray? Is is that the color that you're talking about? Yeah. Okay. I think it should be different. I think it's too visible. And like, how would it be fixed though? I have a thing for transparency, right? So I think if it was white at 40%, that could help. Holy shit. Right? You see the difference? The difference with this is if I get that on top of an animated stuff, then I get a color that is close, but I get the content behind that will also go through. So because you have your hash line that also are white with less opacity, I think it could be really easy to get something like this and where you get this, and then here you get a linear gradient. Right, same effect, but opacity will help a bit. That way, if that's the thing, unless you have a background that is white, it will always be visible. It will always be a subtle thing on the side. And then if you have it at the bottom, it's the same thing. If it was really at the bottom, I was about to say I would give you the example of Adam, but I mean, you know them. Like it's, you know how the things looks anyways, so I wouldn't have to show you, but that section that you do have, the lower third, that is a very static, stable element, solid colors, all that could be your timeline, could be the place. So, right, that could be a thing. I don't know. Feels like an option to me. Feels like an option to me. And Kat, yeah, no, I know it's not. You were sleeping. Yeah, you're welcome. And if it was horizontal, I think it would be the same thing. I'm still me, right? So I would also, because myself, right? 100% shit. 100% will have something like this. I would get like a bit of a blur behind the thing, getting a glass track, just because we can. It's interesting. It breaks your stream, but it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. This one feels much better. Would the motion need to change horizontally? No, it's just rather than going vertically, it's going horizontally. I think it's the same thing. The barber pole is fun. Yeah, I do agree as well. but then the rotation is weird. Anyways, I think horizontally or vertically, same thing. I feel like this version of the pills damn it, such a reflex every time. Like these pills, if you get them, if you get them icons properly aligned, then yeah, I think that's a good idea. But darkening the background of the pills, Denny, is that the thing? Also, I need to click on your thing. I think limiting the amount of content is a good thing. It's always my point. It's like, if we can have the least amount of distraction and at the same time movement, then we know something happened, right? So every time, for example, every time someone is using an emote in chat, it pops on screen. This is tiny distraction that push the users and viewers to potentially use emotes. And it doesn't showcase more than that. You just have the emote from the message that pops in. And so if you have your events of a bit has been shared, and it's just like on the timeline, you just see it go up or go sideways, whichever, I think that's enough. I think that's good. I think that just does the job to distract you without distracting you. And as you can see, for example, for me, the follow count, we had no follows today, which is okay. If you're here and you're watching and you enjoy it, please click the follow button. But right, if you have like a stream where nothing happened, then you don't know what the thing can do, and then someone does the action of the event that you're tracking, and then someone else wants to see the same thing. So maybe you get a bit and you get a second bit as in the thing that you sent. In the time code that you sent, there is this bit followed by a bit, because there's a thing that goes through. So I don't know. I feel like it's an interesting thing. So if you have a follow event, then you can see the person names goes up. I don't know. Interesting. The example that I take every time and I use is Scott. Scott has the longest name that we know. Right? Scott with too many T's is the username that I'm using to base off my overlays design on, to make sure that someone with a long ass name will fit. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah, but I haven't seen anyone use the 25 characters. And Scott is the longest that I've encountered so far, so it is a long name. Because I think in the beginning it was Scott was like 70s, and then people were saying Scott with too many T's, and so they changed their username. Damn it. And also, yes, I forgot to do that. Also, yes, the contrast with the background could be interesting, but it's already pure, not pure black, but pure black, right? That's pure black, so you can lighten it up with a filter on OBS. That's the thing. Similarly, let me go to the BRB scene. That will work. Similarly, the background here, animated background that we have, to be in dark mode is only a color correction filter from OBS that just gets rid of some of the gamma, get rid of some of the luminosity, like brightness, and bump the saturation a bit. Then when we go to light mode, it's light mode, it just goes back to its default state, and that's the base. So it's just a filter on OBS, and so you can easily get the changes in your background, in your animated background, by going into the background itself, adding a color correction thing, and changing changing the thing with a filter, which is, I think, is the best idea. Oh shit! Oh, fuck me. All right, Maddie, I hope that helps. Let me check the other things. Layout is interesting. I will continue, have a look at that. And Denny, tell me a bit more about this thing. I need information. And basically I have 15 minutes. I need a static, and pretty sure I'm doing something wrong. So you have some placement issues. What's the difference between the top and the bottom thing? Are these just test on the card option? Like big card with not selected, selected, and heart. And then same thing here, right? Is that the... Okay. I think your heart thing needs to go next to the price. I like the tag. Let me zoom in. I like the tag overall ID, but I do think the heart needs to go here to not disrupt the line of reading, right? You know, your eyes are always going into one line, so here it's better, but then having one that is highlighted and one that is not but still visible makes no sense. Have a good rest of your night, Maddie. Thanks a lot for the content. So that's the thing. I like the 4 card to be I like the 4 card. You also have 3 different radius types right there, which is interesting. I would match my radius with my icon, but also I think it would be more clear. It also depends on the amount that can be displayed in that section, right? Because if you have something that costs 100 million, I don't know, on StockX, that I don't think that exists, but maybe then maybe the heart will be on the way. I don't know, or in the way. So whichever, but I really think that from the top section, I think the top section card is better than the bottom section in terms of placement, but also the bottom one is interesting because it highlights the item. So I like that as well. It is, but also, right? I mean, shit. Well, right. If you look at the current one, it is a boring thing. You need the UI of this types of website to be as boring as possible in order to put the product on highlight, right? These are, I mean, the reasoning behind these types of website, right, is put the product ahead of everything or highlight it in order for the people who are interested to or in that product item to be interested and see that first rather than the UI. So it's the same thing as Instagram, right? If you take off the media from Instagram, it's basically black and white. In here, if you take out the medias, it's basically black and white with a bit of green here and there, the StockX green. So as long as you keep that same concept of it's mostly black and white, and then what is bringing colors or attracting your eyes is the item itself, I think that will work. I do like this because it highlights, because you are in dark mode, it highlights the product with a bit of a lighter background. Let me check that. So, check Figma. Oh, yeah. This thing again. Damn, there's a lot of content here. Always have issues with these things. So that was something that I was thinking about, putting the shoe specifically for the shoes. It doesn't work for all the images, so that's why I'm like not very for these. This is too much. This is too much because you can't define which color to use. But the references are good. I mean, getting the references is always a good idea. I think this is the closest inspiration that you used, which I like a lot. And yeah. It is difficult though to get the right, these, that's always my take on reselling things. These pictures are basically the marketing pictures, right? The marketing department pictures. So they are amazing. They make you want to go and buy the fucking thing. However, when you're on StockX, the thing that you see should be the shoe that you would be potentially buying, which is the available item, not the marketing pictures as we have here. So the content is a bit different. Anyways, for shoes, because we have one shoe, you can have a bit of an inclination type diagonal thingy. For everything else, it's a bit more complicated because, well, you can't have a sweater on the side. It just feels weird. So, right. Anyways, these are good researches, and I would say that this one is what I had in mind also. I would place my favorite thing in the top corner rather than here, and just the icon without the background. But yeah, that's pretty good. Yes. I don't think the yeah, that's the can I do that? I can. So in the 4 minutes that I have available to me, I would do something like this. Something like this, and then damn. 22. Weird. If you really want to have your rounded stuff at the top, I would do something like this, potentially yeah, I like the highlighted stuff right there. Cold trick indeed. How to define your radius you use in a border, and that helps you to see how much you need. Yeah, I would potentially have something like this. And then, you know, maybe on hover, get something like this, but the details. So that's one way of seeing or having this as an ID. However, a full card could also work. And a reversed card could also work. But it feels weird. So I think if you want the most easy to implement yeah, the easiest to implement thing to do would be, to me at least, like, let's see, can I do that? It's a weird thing, but you know. Mouse center, smart animate. I need to reverse my horizontal scroll thing. Shit. Running out of time right here. What did you use for background? Dark, like almost black, right? Yeah. Oh, Inspire, hi, you arrived at the end of the stream. Welcome on in, how are you? How was your day? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, because I moved you around. I'm a dumbass. It went away. Right? That's dumb, but it works. An inflamed pill shape on your throat, that's not good. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I don't think the rotation is a good idea. I have to say that because I think just this is much better. It's much simpler and that gives us what we need. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's better. Anyways, in terms of placement, right? In terms of placement, and I am late. This is better. You have your hot tag that is next to the price and your bookmark that is next to the top right corner, which is where people are used to see things. So I would do that. Yeah, I am about to raid someone, so if you wanna stay for raid, do that before you pass out. But yeah, I think Denny, I think that's what I would do. Always keeping people with for raids just to get the points. Who am I sending you to? Flamingo's live. Oko's live. Should send you to Oko. I think I will send you to Oko. That would be much chill. Much chill also.
Inside Out Orange is now following.
Inside and Out. No, Inside Out Orange. Thanks a lot for the follow. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? She's just starting her promo thing, I think. So big ass chill stuff. Anyways, before we go, as always, we don't have any raid message because Mac stream couldn't create some shit for it. Anyways, Oko is a co-working streamer, not really showing their face, but you have a view of the desk, and it's a chill vibe. So, right, let's enjoy that. As always, thanks a lot for being here. If you enjoyed the stream, please click the follow button. That would be highly appreciated. And Inside Out, welcome on in. It's the end of the stream, but I will be back in 2 days on Friday. And yeah, I think that's it. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. And yeah, all that. I don't know. Bye. Bye. Let's wait for the 5 seconds. We'll be fine. See ya.